So today's video is going to be a little bit different because today I'm out with my dog Ted, and together we are testing out this tiny action camera. This is the Insta360 Go 3 and it comes with a ton of different accessories specifically designed for dogs. And in this video, we're going to be testing all of this out and showing you the results. Hey everyone, Steve here from Learn Online Video, and today I am at the beach with my dog Ted, and there is a very good chance that we are either going to break or smash this tiny camera today. This is the Insta360 Go 3. Now, full disclosure, they did send me this camera to test, so that's exactly what we're going to do. The aim of today is to capture enough shots with this tiny camera to create a short sequence with music, color grading and sound effects, which we'll show you at the end of this video. Okay, so let's start with a shot using the pet strap, and I'm hoping this will capture a really great POV style shot of the world from Ted's perspective. Okay, so let's play a game of fetch with Ted and see if this camera stays on. You ready, boy? You ready? Fetch! Tell you what, that camera isn't doing too bad. It slipped down a couple of times, but apart from that, it's pretty much where it should be. Also, I assumed the footage would look a lot shakier than what it does because the camera's just flapping about on Ted's back, but the image stabilization is doing a really great job of keeping everything nice and steady. One thing I always like to look at when testing any camera is how good is that image stabilization. And one of the best ways of testing this is to simply look at the horizon. How smooth is the shot and how level is the horizon? And I've got to say, from what I can see, the horizon is looking solid, nice and level. Even when Teddy is climbing over rocks or running across uneven ground, the shot still looks really stable. Now, Ted is still a pup, he's only 12 months old, and he hasn't quite figured out how to play fetch yet. He'll go and fetch the ball and bring it back, but then he just keeps on running, and sometimes he completely disappears. I mean, he always comes back, I just don't know where he goes.
Hello, hello.
Now, I did need to customize this pivot mount because originally it was designed for the Go 2 and the Go 3 is a slightly different shape, but with a bit of hacking and some sticky tape, it seems to be holding okay. Okay, let's test out the collar clip. Now, this is a small clip that your camera magnetically snaps into, and it seems pretty tight and secure. Now, Insta360 market this clip to wear on a hat or a visor, but at the end of the day, it's a clip, so you can pretty much clip it to anything, and it is perfect for clipping to a dog collar. So let's play some fetch with Ted and see what it looks like. Fetch! Good boy, Ted. Now, I really wasn't sure what to expect from this camera angle, but I certainly wasn't expecting tongue cam. And that is what I love about this camera, is that you really can capture completely unique shots, shots that just aren't possible using a more traditional camera. You want to play? Be kind. Stop. Don't bark at strangers. Get me in trouble. Now, whenever I'm testing out a new camera or any product for that matter, the first question I ask myself is why? Why has this product been released? What makes this product or this camera so different to all the other cameras that are already out there? But this camera truly is quite unique because not only is it the smallest action camera in the world, which is pretty impressive, it weighs just 35 grams. This thing is literally smaller than my thumb, but the camera magnetically snaps into what they call the action pod, turning it into a much more traditional action camera with an LCD screen. You can then adjust all of your settings, check your framing. You can also use the action pod as a wireless remote. And I can't say I've ever seen this before in any other camera. And in situations like this or on shoots like this comes in incredibly useful. Okay, now let's try out the thing that I have been looking forward to most today, and that is the fetch stick. Now, this has been specifically designed for the Go 3, so the camera fits perfectly inside. You can, of course, change your framing or any of the settings using the action pod if needed. So let's see what Ted makes of the fetch stick. Look at this thing, Ted. Look, you want to fetch it? Well, he seems to be enjoying it, not bringing it back as usual, just running around with it. Also, I am deliberately throwing this thing onto the rocks, by the way, to really test it out. If something is designed to be thrown, then my expectation is that it will be able to withstand some heavy impacts. Now, the idea with this stick is that the dog picks it up at one end and the camera is on the other, but Ted has just picked it up at the camera end and now he's running around with it in his mouth, which was not a shot I was expecting to get today. I can only imagine the amount of dog drool on that camera. Now, Ted is looking a little bit hot, so I think it's about time we test out just how waterproof this camera is and take him for a dip. What do you say, boy? Should we go for a swim? Well, Ted definitely enjoyed that. He is much cooler now. The camera started off on his back and then sort of slipped underneath his belly, so I'm hoping we've got a shot of his paws as he's paddling through the sea. Then when we were getting out, we had to scramble across these rocks, and I'm pretty sure the camera was just scraping across the rocks, so I was really worried about the lens. But what I've just noticed is that this lens comes with a lens guard which just unscrews. So although I've scratched the lens guard, the lens is in perfect working order, which I'm really grateful for, because quite often if you scratch a lens, it's really expensive to fix, or you've got to get a new one. Whereas with this, I can just replace the lens guard. Okay, so we've got a good mix of shots, definitely enough to put an edit together. Now, essentially, there are a couple of different ways that you can edit your footage. By far the quickest and easiest way, especially if you're first starting out, is to use the Insta360 app. The app allows you to quickly and easily edit your video clips using a smartphone. It basically edits the video for you. You can choose from different themes or templates. They've literally got one for pets, so let's go with that one. And then the app will select all of the highlights for you and even edit to music. You can then tweak it, download it, and share it within literally minutes of shooting your footage. Now, as great as the app is, I actually really enjoy the editing process. So here is an edit that I've put together myself using all of today's footage. So what did you think of that sequence? How well did Ted do at capturing that footage? Do let us know in the comments section below. If you'd like to learn more about this tiny little action camera, I will link it in the description below. But that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.